ironic in this chapter. Fine, you say it.
I was. What is ironic? What is ironic in this chapter, David? Answer or perish.
Okay. So basically, has a wife and a side chick, Myrtle, blah blah blah. So he's been fine his whole life, like. Oh, please don't stop on me. Oh, okay, we're good. So, so he's been fine his whole life. He didn't think of how this would affect Daisy or anything. And now,
just didn't
in the
care.
same day, his wife left him, and his side chick died.
So
So he's
basically,
a
his
sad
whole
boy.
life got ruined in like
Yep,
an
his whole
hour.
life got ruined in probably less than an hour.
Yeah.
And that's what's ironic, because it's like karma. Like his whole life, he's been fine. Like I already said this, he didn't care about how Daisy would feel about this, and now he's feeling it because his wife and his side chick died. And that's why it's ironic.
Okay. Question 2. What does Tom have to do with Myrtle's death?
How is Tom responsible for Myrtle's death?
Yeah. Partly responsible.
They had this big argument, like all 5 of them, Jordan, Nick, Tom, Daisy, and Gatsby. They were all in a hotel room, and this whole time, like they've been out in town, Tom's been realizing, that that was good or bad. Tom's been realizing that Daisy probably does not like him anymore. And so he's been like nervous all day, and they get into the hotel room, and he's finally like has the courage to ask Gatsby, "Why are you trying to take my wife away from me?" And it's like finally out in the open. Gatsby's like, "Well, your wife doesn't love you. She loves me." And then they have this whole argument. It's like shakes Daisy. She's wicked nervous, and eventually she goes home with Gatsby. And as she's driving, she sees Myrtle out in the middle of the road, and she just smashes right into her because she's too nervous to stop. Like she can't control herself, and boom, Myrtle's dead.
Them emotions, man.
Yeah.
Happens a lot when you cheat on your husband. That's cheating on you. It's a hard life.
Yeah, dude. It is a hard life.
Yeah. Okay. Question 3.
Oh, right. I have to
Question
say,
3.
how is
David,
Daisy?
Daisy skeeted and literally killed her. Like, yeah, she was stressy, depressy, but that's no reason for murder. That is not a good reason, at least, because she could have still pressed the brakes, even if she was, like, nervous enough. She could have still stopped it if she wanted to, but she didn't think hard enough about it, and she killed them.
And she didn't even stop. Like she hit them.
Yeah.
Or it hit her.
She just
And
kept
she was
going.
like, take me home, Gatsby. And he's like, you maniac.
Let's leave.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one that's in love with her, so, like...
Yeah, so he's
the
probably
one that
like,
wants a murderer.
emotions as well.
And on the topic of murder, great conversation of manslaughter. Let me tell you, it's a good way to start a conversation. Do it all the time. Everyone gets concerned, but they're also kind of intrigued. Anyways, this would be like the second version of manslaughter, where it's like failure to act, which is basically like, since Daisy could have potentially saved Myrtle and not have killed her, then she failed to act upon that, and instead of pressing her the road. Granted, Myrtle shouldn't have walked into the middle of the road. That was honestly
That was kind of a
just
dum-dum.
stupid. Dumb. That was like just like a dumb thing for her to do. But like, Daisy could have still stopped and could have kept the whole thing from happening.
Yeah.
But she didn't. So that is still manslaughter, and like, she also did flee from the crime scene. So
Yeah,
like
that's
that's even worse.
most sketchy part.
Like, she probably should have not done that, but she still did.
Yeah, she
And
did.
yeah, last question. What did George have to do with it?
George was the
Murder.
reason that Myrtle was out there in the first place, because he was like, he finally figured that she had been cheating on him for time, and he was like, "Come on, honey, we're moving west," and she was like, "I don't want to move west," and she was pissed, and she like walked out into the middle of the street to pretty much just get away from him, and didn't see Daisy coming, and Daisy just ended her entire career.
Yeah, that would honestly suck. I mean, like, granted, he also had reasons to be mad because he found out his wife was